What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NFL player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 22 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got one pick wrong, got 22 right, which is a 98% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 98% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get a 98% win rate and get 22 picks right like me, win more bets or receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord to meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $250 just yesterday, and another member who won $440 for the 6th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description, so go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. So quick shout out to Latosha Daniels 8794 who said what time for the next lineups, and the lineups are happening right now, so shouts out to him. And if you do want to win a shout out in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below in this video and like it, and you can be in the running to win a shout out in the next one. Alright, so let's get straight to the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to talk about is none other than Derek Stingley, and this one is for 3.5 tackles and assists. So this one is a total of both, and this one actually is for more. Now, looking at Derek Stingley, we actually have seen him go on the over in 1 out of the last 5 games. Now, looking at those 5 games, you see on September 8th, faced off against LA, actually had 5 tackles and assists there. Then faced off on September 16th against Tampa Bay, actually had 3 tackles and assists. September 22nd, faced off against Jacksonville, had 0. Then 2 against Tennessee on actually September 29th. And then also to finish off as of recent, faced off against Baltimore and actually had 1 tackle and assist on October 6th. So it definitely has been a little bit of a struggle for actually Derek Stingley to go on the over, but we do find the over, or do like the over for this situation against this new matchup. Now, as we all know, when it comes to Derek Stingley, his average over the last 5 is 2.2, so slightly below this line, but as you all know, 3.5 is the line to get at, and they face off against none other than Seattle Seahawks. So it is definitely going to be an exciting game between both of these teams. Now, looking at where both these teams do actually lie, starting off with obviously the Houston Texans, we do see the Texans do currently rank 3rd in the AFC South. Now, not only do they rank 3rd, they have a record of 2 wins and 3 losses. That's a 40% win percentage, and on top of that, they are 1-1 from home, 1-2 from away, and are currently on a 2-game win streak. So very interesting to see there. Now, they do actually face off against none other, as we've mentioned, against Seattle Seahawks, and Seahawks are in a little bit of an interesting situation because the Seahawks do find themselves at actually the 3rd spot as well in the NFC West. Now, they have a record of 4 wins and 2 losses, as a 66.7% win percentage. They're also 1-2 from home, 3-0 from away, and are currently on a 1-game win streak. So very interesting to see there. Now, obviously, coming into this game, we also do know that Seattle Seahawks do allow a lot of tackles and assists, and that's why we do very much like the over for this situation here. There isn't really too much complexity with this one. This one's just kind of a no-brainer to us, which is why we do very much like the over for this situation here. Now, when we look at Derek Stingley, we also do see, when it comes to what the bookies are saying, bookies also have him favored for the over as well. So Derek Stingley for actually 3.5 tackles and assists for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're actually going to be talking about Woody. We're going to talk about Woody Mark. So now this is from the same team. There isn't actually that many games for NFL today, so there are going to be some overlap. So obviously he's from Houston as well, but this one is actually for total receiving yards for 14.5, and this one actually is for more. Now, looking at Woody Marks, we actually have seen him go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games. Now, looking at those 5 games, we do see September 8th faced off against LA, had 0 receiving yards there. September 16th faced off against Tampa Bay, had 37 receiving yards. September 22nd faced off against Jacksonville, had 9 receiving yards. Then 50 receiving yards against Tennessee on September 29th. Then 0 against Baltimore on October 6th. So it is pretty interesting to see. Now, as we all know, Houston do face off against Seattle, as we've mentioned in the past. And when we look at, both these teams, we do know where they rank. But looking at this pick, a big reason why we do like the over for this one, Seattle has definitely struggled, and they do allow a lot of receiving yards. So we are definitely expecting someone like Woody to go on the over in this situation here. Now, looking at actually receiving yards for Houston as a total team, we actually do see that, Houston Texans actually rank very well. They do find themselves in the actual top 10 when it comes to receiving yards so far this season. Yes, it is still very early on, but still in a very good position. So that's why coming into this one, we do very much like the over for this one. Another no-brainer to us. And when we look at what the bookies are saying, bookies also have him favored for the over as well. So Woody Marks, 14.5 receiving yards for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're actually going to be talking about none other than Jake Bates. So Jake Bates, great player, as we all know. And this one is a fantastic one for, actually total kicking points for 7.5. And this one actually is for more. Now, looking at Jake Bates, we have seen him go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games. Now, looking at those 5 games, you see on September 15th, faced off against Chicago, had 10 kicking points there. September 23rd, faced off against Baltimore, had 8 kicking points. Had 10 kicking points against Cleveland on September 29th. 5 kicking points against Cincinnati on October 6th. And October 13th, faced off against Kansas City and had 5 kicking points there. So it's definitely been pretty interesting to see. Now, when we look at Jake Bates, we definitely have seen him go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games. And looking at this matchup, we do also know that Detroit face off against Tampa Bay. Now, it is definitely going to be an exciting matchup between both of these teams. And looking at where both these teams do lie, obviously starting off with Detroit, we did know Detroit had a pretty solid start to the season last season, and they find themselves in a similar situation, coming 6th in the NFC North. Nothing really too crazy, but definitely still pretty decent. They have 4 wins and 2 losses, a 66.7% win percentage, and are 2-0 from home, 2-2 from away, and are currently on a 1-game losing streak. Now, they find themselves against Tampa Bay, where Tampa Bay Buccaneers find themselves in a little bit of a better position because they actually rank 1st in the NFC South, have 5 wins, 1 loss, an 83.3% win percentage, and are also 2-1 from home, 3-0 from away, and are currently on a 2-game win streak. So very interesting to see there. We definitely have seen Jake Bates, not only go on the over quite consistently, but we also do know that they face off against Tampa Bay, where Tampa Bay do allow a lot of kicking points, to opposing teams. So we are expecting Jake Bates to be able to take advantage of this and go on the over in this situation here. Now, when you look at his average over the last 5, it is 7.6, so slightly above this line, which I think has been great to see. But what we also have seen is that Detroit do rank very well when it comes to kicking points in total out of all NFL teams. So the volume is definitely there to see someone like Jake be able to go on the over in this situation here. So for that reason, I definitely would keep an eye out for the over for this one. So Jake Bates, 7.5 kicking points for more, I think is a fantastic pick.